Hey y'all. So I have a 14 question tag and it is from Rosemary You Rock Art. And let's get to it, shall we? Hey y'all, Creative Chica here, aka Tony. And today I have a 14, no, it says it's a 15, but I believe it's only a 14 because I had to rewatch her video to make sure and write the questions down, but it's from Rosemary You Rock Art, and I'm not sure where this tag came from, you guys. I don't know. There's somebody out here who created it, but I'm not sure. And then after this one, I'm going to do a tag from Life with Patty. She created that one, but Kathy's Favorite Things, she tagged me in that one. So I'm doing tags this morning. That's what I'm doing. So this question tag, I mean, it's kind of like, I guess get to know me better or whatever. I don't know. I guess that's what it is. So maybe you can figure out more why I'm crazy. Okay. So the first one is what month were you born in? I was born in April. Yay. I don't know. And actually my name was going to be April, but my daddy decided to change it, but I'll discuss that later. Anyway, my birthday is April the 14th and my mom's was April the 15th. So she always said that I was like her birthday gift. So number 2, the zodiac sign is Aries. Aries is the sign of the ram. So yeah, I guess I'm always a little bit, hard-headed sometimes, but I don't know. But yeah, I'm Aries and I'm proud to be an Aries, but I don't really follow the zodiac signs at all. I really don't. I used to whenever my mom was alive. She believed in all that sort of thing. So it's like, okay, mama, whatever. But then again, it's like some of the stuff that it says, it's like, yeah, that's weird, but yeah, that's true. Okay, number 3. What is your worst subject? I would have to say math because, like, whenever I was in high school, I didn't understand none of that algebra and all that stuff. No, that did not interest me, and I got through it, and I graduated, but it was something that I did not care for. Now, I do not know, like, regular adding and subtracting, dividing, and all that, and I'm really, really good about giving change back. I don't know. That just came to me real quick. I guess it was probably from working at Wendy's maybe and at Publix. Because, I had to give whenever I worked at Publix, the cash register did not say how much money to give them back. Okay. That's how I learned how to, do the change. I forget what you call it. I don't know. But anyway, it just comes to me really, really quick. And then, like, whenever we have yard sales, I take care of the money. You know what I'm saying? I mean, my husband is good at it too, but, I'd rather take care of the money at the yard sale. So anyway, okay. So number 4, what is your favorite cereal? Well, I would have to say Raisin Bran. I love Raisin Bran, but I also like Special K, and which reminds me, whenever I go to the store today, I want to pick me up some of that Special K with extra strawberries, y'all. You know how I like strawberries. Yes, I love strawberries and watermelon. Yeah, I would have to say that. I don't like real sugary cereals. I have bought some before at the Dollar Tree, and I just kind of like feeding them to my chickens, which probably wasn't very good for them, but it's just like some of those sugary cereals. No. Okay, number 5. What is your favorite color? It's pink. Pink, 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 pink. It's definitely pink, and then my next favorite color is the Tiffany blue. And then, honestly, I love all colors, but pink is probably my favorite because I'm just a girly girl. Okay, number 6. Favorite kind of sandwich? I don't like sandwiches. I have never been a sandwich eater. Now, like I have me a hamburger every once in a while. Sloppy Joe's, yeah, I'll eat that. But like lunch meat sandwiches and stuff, no. Every great once in a while, I'll go to Subway and get me something, but I haven't in a long, long time. My son, he goes to Subway all the time, and I've said, it just doesn't appeal to me. Now, sometimes if I'm really hungry and I haven't cooked or anything, maybe I might eat a peanut butter and jelly, but most of the time, no. I just rather eat the meat like, I buy these wraps. They're made out of spinach and stuff. I'll eat something like that, but I don't like sandwiches. Now, I'll eat some toast, stuff like that, but I don't like sandwiches. Okay, what is your favorite car? Well, back in the day, whenever I was a teenager, I wanted so badly one of those Novas. I don't know if it was like a 67 Nova or a 72 Nova. I don't know, but it was a Nova, and it was kind of like real sleek looking and muscle, like a muscle. I think it was a muscle car. And oh my gosh, I wanted one of those so, so bad. But I wound up with a Gran Torino. And my stepdad, he actually helped me get it because he was a car salesman. And I painted it. Well, you know, remember Starsky and Hutch? They had that stripe. They had like a Gran Torino and they had a stripe on it. Well, I wanted a stripe put on mine. I don't know why. It was just weird. It wasn't the same color as theirs. I think theirs was, I don't remember what color theirs was. Anyway. But that's weird because that's how I met my first boyfriend. Well, actually, he was like maybe my second boyfriend. He was my second boyfriend because my first boyfriend was in high school and I was already out of high school. And he had a Gran Torino. So I guess I kind of caught his eye or something. And, you know, but that relationship didn't turn out so hot. You know what I'm saying? So we'll not get into that. And now I'm getting light in here. Like, blinded by the light, people. Blinded by the light. Let me get over here. Okay. Oh, my gosh. I've lost my mind. Okay. Number 8, favorite board game. I'm not really into board games. I'll play Candyland or something like that with my grandsons, you know, something like that. But I've just never got into board games. Now, you know, back in the day, I did play Monopoly, stuff like that. But other than that, you know, me and my husband, we've never really been card players or board game players and stuff. But I mean, when the boys were little, you know, we would get games and play with them, you know, and stuff like that. So, okay, number 9, where did you grow up? Well, for my first 13 years of my life, I grew up in Ohio, a tiny, tiny town. It was called Ironton, Ohio. That's where I was born, and that's where my daddy stayed until he passed away in 1996. But, and then, my mom and dad had gotten a divorce and she remarried and they decided to move to Florida. They were either thinking of moving to Florida or Arizona. So who knows what kind of life I would have had if I would have moved to Arizona. I don't know. It's weird. But they had 2 choices. So they decided to move to Florida, which I hated it because they moved me away from my friends and, you know, and I was 13 years old. I was a teenager. I was very vulnerable. And they moved me 3 months before my 9th grade ended, which kind of like irritated the heck out of me. So, yeah, I wasn't a very good child at that time. You know what I'm saying? I was being a little bit rebellious. Okay, so, and then like, you know, from the age 13, and then I moved to Florida, so I've been down here ever since. I haven't moved anywhere. But, you know, I don't know, like one day I wouldn't mind moving to North Carolina. I wouldn't mind it. My son, my youngest son up there, he said he would love to get us a compound up there, you know, and like let all of the family live up there. I said, heck yeah, that sounds like a dream, but who knows if it would ever happen. I don't know. Number 10, who is your favorite Disney character? I don't know. Let's say, is Belle? Belle's a Disney character, right? You know, like Beauty and the Beast. I don't know. I think she's just so pretty, and she was able to love the Beast, even though he wasn't handsome or anything like that. But she saw his inner soul, and she fell in love with his personality and his inner soul. And you know, a lot of times looks don't always matter, you know, it's the person, it's the inside of the person. So I would have to say Belle, but then my next one would probably be Mickey Mouse because everybody knows who Mickey Mouse is, right? Okay, so the next one. Okay, number 11, who is your hero? Okay, here's the thing, with Rosemary, You Rock Art, she almost had me in tears with this question because it just touched my heart, the way that she was talking about her dad. And if y'all have not seen that, I'm going to try to remember to link that particular video on this one because it is so touching. And she was crying, and it was just like, I I don't know. It was, but her dad was a real hero to her for sure. So, who is my hero? I have two heroes, my daddy and my husband. But I'll tell you about my daddy first, okay? My daddy, he was close to 40 years old whenever I came along. I mean, that's getting, I don't know, 40. I mean, a lot of people do have kids, later on in life. But, he had already had a previous marriage and had a son by this lady. And she passed away 3 months after the baby was born. So my grandparents helped raise my half brother there. And so, my mom and dad, they met each other, and then they had me, and then they had my brother. And but my daddy, the reason he is my hero, okay, he was in World War II, and he is a veteran of World War II. He is also a recipient of the Purple Heart. He was in the Army. I don't know if I said that, but anyway. My daddy was born in 1922, okay? And so he fought in World War II, and he was on the second wave at Normandy, if y'all know about Normandy, which is known as D-Day, okay? He was on the second wave, and I wrote it down here because, my daddy, he never really talked to us about the war or anything like that because, he was injured. He had his pointer finger on his right hand. It was shot off to the knuckle. And I remember growing up always seeing the nub, and I didn't even think nothing of it. I just thought it was normal, I really didn't know till I was a lot older and stuff. So, but anyway, but my daddy was a good man. It's just one of those things with him and my mom. They were married for 13 years and it just wasn't working out for them. So anyway, it was called code named Operation Neptune and referred to as D-Day. It was on Tuesday, June the 6th, 1944. The Allied invasion, I can't even read my own writing. Allied invasion of Normandy in Operation, it was called Operation Overlord. So, but, I hear about D-Day all the time. And, on June the 6th, I say salute to my daddy because I consider him a hero. He helped, do that. I really don't know what it was all about, but I do know that he was injured and he had his finger shot off. So anyway, but he is my number one hero. And then my second hero is my husband. My husband came along in a time in my life that I needed somebody. I needed, the security in a relationship because I had gone through some really bad relationships. And they just did not work, because they were crazy. Or was I crazy? I don't know. But anyway, my husband came along, and I just feel like, he was sent to me. And, he has treated me like a queen. I mean, we have been together since 1984. We were married in 1985. We have 3 sons. We have 2 daughter-in-laws right now. We have an ex-daughter-in-law who I still keep in contact. My son is still in contact with her, and we love her too. We have 5 beautiful, beautiful grandsons. But here's the thing with my husband. Whenever I got pregnant with our oldest son, he wanted me to stay home because my husband is he's more of like old-fashioned, and he wanted me to stay home. He didn't want, so he provided for us. He made sure that he made overtime money to take care of our needs. I mean, there was a time where he almost was laid off. He was down to making like $7.75 an hour. This was right after our oldest son was born. And I mean, it was very, very tough times back then, but we made it through. And we have been through hard times. We've been through wonderful times. So, and it's just like one of those marriages, you give and take and you work together. And it's really important if you have the same goals and the same, things that you like to do. But now he's kind of like, I'm doing YouTube. So he wants to go kayaking, which is like driving me crazy because I said, but I don't know. He probably will do his little kayaking in the river. But I said, as long as you don't do it in the lake, that's fine. but he's going to make it stable and everything so he doesn't be tipping over, because that, you know, that scares the heck out of me. So he is my hero because, you know, he's like, he never pressured me to, like, you know, you need to go to work or whatever. You need to go to work, and, you know, because, like, I was able to stay home with my babies, watch them grow up, and take care of them. I saw all their milestones. I never went back to work. You know, I was there. I was still not working whenever our last one graduated from high school and went on into the Marines. You know, I just never really went back to work. My husband has always provided for us. He's had a decent, I mean, actually it's a great job. And, you know, he's an electrician. So, yeah. So he's like taking care of me, and he still takes care of me to this day. You know, he always tells me, he goes, I want to make you happy. You know, that's my main goal, to make you happy. And he does. He's a wonderful person. So he is my second hero. So my daddy and my husband. Okay, number 12. Have you ever performed on stage? Yes, you know, I was thinking, yeah, I was in a beauty contest in high school. I was picked out of you remember when we had homeroom? I think we had homeroom back then. And so in my homeroom, they picked me out to be in the beauty contest. I've never been in a beauty contest. This was my senior year, I believe. I think it was my senior year. And then, you know, of course I had to buy a gown, and it was kind of cool. My mom went with me. We picked out a gown. Of course, it was pink. And, you know, I just felt, I don't know, because I was with the other girls, and they're normally in beauty contests, you know. It's like I felt like a fish out of water. I said, you know, and I didn't want to tell them no, that I didn't, you know, I didn't want to do it. Because, you know, back then I was kind of shy and stuff. So, but I did, but I didn't win. But that's okay. At least I put forth the effort, and I did what I needed to do. And then in that same homeroom classroom, we had to do like a, this is a different time. We had to make up little skits and stuff. So we made up skits, and there was one called the Sugar Shack or something like that. So we did that one, and then I was kind of like the narrator up there speaking in front of everybody. And it was like a bunch of the high schools, you know, in the same, it was the DECA, which I don't even remember what that means. I don't know. But it was like, there was like students from all over the county, you know, there, and I was up there speaking. It was like, oh my gosh, you know, like, but I did it, you know, I put forth the effort and I did it. And then also we did little skits up there and stuff like that. So it was like a fun time. So anyway, yeah, but I've never been at, you know, did any plays or anything like that. Those were little skits that we did. Okay, so number 13, did you go to public or private school? Public, of course. Gosh, my mom and stepdad could not afford to send me to private school. Are you kidding me? Number 14, who was your celebrity crush? Well, like Rosemary said, hers was Donny Osmond. Well, so was mine. But he wasn't the only one, okay? I love Donny Osmond. I had, you know, in my room, this was whenever I was 13 years old. In my room, I had posters up of Donny Osmond and David Cassidy. And I also had a crush on Michael Jackson. Oh my God, I love Michael Jackson, y'all. I don't care what y'all say about Michael Jackson. I loved Michael Jackson. And I used to like turn my record player on real loud, because like my mom and dad would be gone. So I was at home by myself, and I would stand in the front of the mirror and I would pretend to be singing with Michael Jackson. Oh my gosh, that was one of my favorite pastimes. I knew every song. I knew all the songs of Donny Osmond, but I didn't actually, you know, be on stage with Donny Osmond or David Cassidy, which I thought David Cassidy was a dreamboat, y'all. Oh my gosh. Yeah. May he rest in peace. And may Michael Jackson rest in peace. But I loved Michael Jackson and the Jackson 5, and I just loved their beat of their music. And yeah, I used to pretend like I was a singer too, even though I can't sing. But yeah, so that was fun. So anyway, so I'm going to tag. I always tag Jamie's Disney Kingdom because he loves doing these tags. Okay, so I'm going to tag him. And I also told Kathy at No Guts, No Glory, I said, hey, I didn't realize that you like doing tags, so I'm going to tag you too. So I'm going to tag No Guts, No Glory. And let me see if there's a third one. I don't know. Mm, I don't know. I'll say Debbie Unleashed because she loves being tagged too, and whoever else wants to do this sort of thing. Let's say Kayla Procancinini. She can do it. She does a lot of these too, you know, because she's at home and she doesn't really get out shopping much, so she can do this too. And she always watches every one of my videos, Kayla, and I'm so appreciative of you, you sweetheart. I really am. I just love you. And so anyway, so that's all of my 14 question tag, and I appreciate everybody for watching, and I will catch you on my next video, which, if I don't have any light here on me, is from Kathy's Favorite Things. So thanks for watching, guys, and please like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all on my next one. Bye, guys.